Imagine the serene grace of chinoiserie patterns meeting the rugged masculinity of Ralph Lauren's Americana. This is not just a design choice, it's a lifestyle. Blue Willow and Bourbon Leather tells a tale of balance, delicate blue florals against aged mahogany, Eastern romance paired with Western ruggedness. Style alone doesn't make a home memorable, it's the story beneath. Our design today bridges centuries and continents. The porcelain elegance of Blue Willow ceramics and the moody charm of worn Bourbon Leather weave a narrative of sophistication and soul. It's a home that speaks in contrasts and sings in harmony. Chinoiserie, from the French word chinois, meaning Chinese, emerged in 17th century Europe. Inspired by Eastern art, it features dragons, pagodas, and nature scenes. Delicate and ornate, it captured the West's imagination. In our home story, this timeless style forms the poetic, visual whisper throughout each curated space. The Blue Willow pattern isn't just beautiful, it tells a tale. Created in England in the 18th century, it depicts a tragic Chinese love story, immortalized in porcelain. Its soft blues and elegant motifs offer nostalgia, romance, and heritage, making it the perfect visual language for our interior design journey. Now, meet its counterpart, bourbon leather. Think warm tobacco tones, the rich scent of saddle oil, and the well-worn feel of an heirloom armchair. It's Ralph Lauren's signature touch, a nod to equestrian lifestyles and rugged American refinement. It grounds the delicate grace of chinoiserie with character and warmth. At first glance, these styles may seem worlds apart. But when thoughtfully layered, blue willow and bourbon leather create a rich narrative: old meets older, east meets west, elegance meets edge. Together, they form a timeless, textured symphony that gives each room depth, contrast, and visual poetry. Step into the story. A carved chinoiserie console welcomes guests, framed by antique brass lanterns. Above, a gallery wall displays blue willow plates like delicate artifacts. Below, a Ralph Lauren leather bench invites pause. Right away, tradition and masculinity set the tone, balanced, bold, and full of promise. In the heart of the home, velvet throw pillows in cobalt rest against a deep leather Chesterfield. Blue and white porcelain mingles with cigar trays and horsebit accents. Bookshelves hold travel tomes and jade figurines. Here, storytelling is layered, every object a character, every corner a sentence. wallpaper can make or break a room. Here, we opt for a soft toile and chinoiserie print, depicting delicate cherry blossoms and birds in flight. But instead of the expected cream or pink, we go bold, midnight blue. Against it, vintage leather frames and sepia-toned photographs pop with gravitas. Color is key to blending these aesthetics. The main hues, navy, ivory, and saddle brown. Accents in gold, jade, and oxblood enrich the experience. Together, this palette feels lived in and luxurious. It's a color story that invites curiosity and comfort in equal measure. Details matter. Brass hardware on furniture echoes Orientalist influences. Silk damask drapes puddle at the floor like ball gowns. A lacquered black screen with mother-of-pearl inlay stands tall beside a whiskey cabinet. Tradition isn't just preserved, it's celebrated in a new, expressive context. This design is an interplay between yin and yang. The feminine softness of porcelain meets the masculine strength of leather. The effect? An interior that feels balanced, not overly dainty, not overtly rugged. It's a love letter to duality, where neither side overshadows the other. The dining room becomes a stage for Blue Willow's full expression. Plates line the wall like museum exhibits. Each place setting is a storybook, layered with bone-handled cutlery, linen napkins, and crystal glasses. A worn leather captain's chair anchors the table's head, tying the story back to Ralph Lauren's legacy. In the study, bourbon leather is king. The desk, large and time-worn, is flanked by a banker's lamp and blue willow tea set. Oriental rugs meet distressed oak floors. Here, the quiet hum of intellect and elegance creates a sanctuary for reading, writing, and dreaming. Beyond wallpaper and leather, textiles define the atmosphere. Silk cushions embroidered with cranes pair with plaid wool throws. A hand-knotted rug grounds the space with Eastern geometry. These textures don't compete, they converse. Each one adds a note to the symphony of this curated home. Light plays a central role in design. Bamboo sconces soften hallways, while leather-wrapped chandeliers cast warm glows in gathering spaces. Blue and white porcelain lamps, complete with pleated shades, sit on side tables like porcelain sentinels, watching over intimate conversations and solo reflections alike. The master suite whispers of romance. A four-poster bed, clad in crisp white linens, is flanked by chinoiserie nightstands. A bourbon leather reading chair sits beside the window, offering a morning ritual of light, coffee, and calm. Here, tranquility is as important as beauty. Luxury is never loud. It lives in the layered nuance, cashmere throws, hand-painted trays, and aged brass drawer pulls. In this home, every layer is chosen for its texture, story, and soul. The result? A space that doesn't scream, it serenades. Design isn't visual alone. A home's atmosphere is shaped by scent and sound. Leather-bound books, fresh lilies, burning oud candles, these scents evoke place and memory. Meanwhile, soft jazz, trickling fountains, or the creak of a vintage floorboard brings sensory richness to the space. This isn't fast fashion for the home, it's slow, intentional collecting. Blue willow dishes passed down from grandparents. Leather armchairs scored from antique markets. Every object is a memory holder, a piece of the story. That's what makes this space authentic, it's layers of time. In the kitchen, chinoiserie jars hold flour and rice on open wood shelves. A worn leather stool stands at a marble island. Hanging above, brass pendant lights recall equestrian tack. This isn't just a space for cooking, it's where tradition, warmth, and welcome merge. Even the smallest rooms deserve storytelling. A powder room lined in deep blue chinoiserie wallpaper feels like a jewel box. A leather-framed mirror and antique jade soap dish elevate the ordinary. It's a reminder, every space, no matter how small, has the power to inspire. Hallways aren't just for getting from room to room, they're transitions in a novel. Here, they're lined with shadow-boxed blue willow fragments, framed love letters, and horse-bit hooks. They become narrative threads, subtle, beautiful, and utterly intentional. What goes on the walls matters. Landscapes with Chinese brush strokes hang beside sepia-toned ranch portraits. These pairings aren't accidental, they reflect a worldview that honors both East and West, ancient and modern. Art becomes a language of bridge building in this interior tale. Step outside. The patio carries the theme further, woven rattan seating, porcelain garden stools, and leather cushions under a timber pergola. Here, the home breathes, extending its story to the garden. The smell of jasmine, the clink of bourbon glasses, every detail enriches the experience. The blue willow and bourbon leather aesthetic shifts with the seasons. In spring, cherry blossom branches accent porcelain vases. In autumn, plaid blankets and tobacco candles return. It's a living style, one that evolves with time, yet remains rooted in timeless design principles. When guests arrive, they step into a narrative. From blue willow teacups at brunch to leather-bound wine menus at dinner, entertaining is theatrical. It's not about perfection, it's about experience. Guests don't just visit. They become characters in the home's ongoing story. This home isn't a trend, it's a legacy. A reflection of heritage, travel, personality, and passion. Its style is deeply rooted yet endlessly evolving. It invites us to be both refined and relaxed, to hold tradition in one hand and innovation in the other. Ultimately, what makes this home beautiful is not the style itself, but how it's lived in. The blue willow tells your stories, the bourbon leather bears your imprint. It's not about copying a magazine spread. It's about crafting a space where you feel seen, known, and inspired. Blue willow and bourbon leather isn't just an aesthetic, it's an anthem. It speaks to those who love both elegance and earthiness, grace and grit. By blending chinoiserie's poetry with Ralph Lauren's depth, we don't just decorate a house. We tell a story, one that's personal, powerful, and timeless.